Okay, so let's do quick recap what we have discussed yesterday. Then we'll go to the next topic. So we had discussed it, data structure called a tuple. It is sometimes called a tuple also. So it is again ordered collection of data. It can hold different types of data, immutable. Once defined, we cannot change anything. It is also sequence type where indexing is allowed, and it also allows the duplicates. How do we create? We create tuple using the open braces or small braces with the comma separated values. We can also define using constructor this way, keeping items inside. Then how do we read items? It's just using the index, the same way we read items from a list. One item you can go with one index, negative indexing also allowed. If you want to pull multiple items, you can go by start and end index concept. And we also have step size, which you can give any step size you want. And we can go from left to right, right to left using negative indexes and negative step size also. Here we get the tuples in a reverse way because we are keeping -1 and from start to end. How do we combine two tuples? We can use plus sign and combine two tuples. As tuple is immutable, we can't change anything. You can only assign to new variable. Or if you want to change any one tuple, you can reassign to the same thing. We can also count of an item in a tuple, how many times it is there. We can also find the index of an item. Then we can do sorting, but we have to use the sorted the built-in function, which will return the sorted data, but the original tuple will not be affected. Unpacking, you can actually pull each value individually and assign to different variable through the unpacking. But the rule is the number of items we have in our tuple and the number of variables we are assigning before assigning operator should be same. Otherwise, we get error. And we can delete entire tuple using del. And the main differences between list and tuple: list is mutable, which you can change. Tuple is immutable. The main difference is tuple is faster than list because list has the extra mechanism of adding, updating, deleting. So that extra mechanism is not there in tuple, due to which tuple is faster because it's just a immutable object. And if you are defining a tuple with one item, the comma should be there. Otherwise, it will not be assigned as a tuple because the braces are used as symbols for single statement in Python. That is why the comma is required. And the second one we had seen was set. Set is an unordered collection of data. It can also hold different data types. It is mutable but limited. It can only allow addition and deletion. And no duplicates allowed. That is the beauty of set. How do we create set? We can create set using the curly brace and also constructor using the set method. How do we add items to set? Using the add method. And how do we delete? We can delete using pop method, but there is no guarantee which will be removed using this pop method because it's unordered data. You can also remove using the item like this, using passing the item in the remove method. And there is also method called discard. The difference between discard and remove is in the remove, if the key is not there, you will get the key error that it is not able to identify this particular item. But if you use discard, you are not going to get that error. It will just ignore if it is not there. Then how do we clear items? Using the dot clear method, all items will be cleared. Sorting, the same way of using the sorted function. Adding from one set to another, we use dot update method, which will add items from second set to first set. And if you want to get the difference between two sets, you can use difference, which means you get items which are present in vegetables but not in veg2 here in this example. And we also have symmetric difference. Basically, it gives if item present in one of the set, not both.
Setlo, we didn't use the append, right?
No, there is no append concept. It's only add.
Only
Yeah,
add and remove.
yeah, it's only add. What was that? Yeah, here. Because
Why
append,
any?
but
Uh,
append, what does append mean, right? You are adding something at the end, right?
mhm.
In English meaning also append means you are adding something at the end. In
Yeah.
the list it is ordered, so when you use append, right, the item is added at the end by default.
Okay. There is no sequence for this thing, so that is why.
In the
Okay.
set there is no such sequence we are maintaining, right? So append doesn't make sense here, though that's why they kept as add. It gets added, no guarantee where it is added.
Hmm.
Yeah, and coming back to symmetric difference, it gets the items which are present in one of the set. Intersection is other way around. It gets the common items between two sets. Union, it's basically everything, eliminating the duplicates. If one item is there in both, it will return only one time. Deleting set, delete same method, and it will delete the entire set of set. Then last one we had seen was frozen set, which is immutable and unordered collection of data. So you can convert set as frozen set or define a frozen set which will be immutable. No addition, no deletion, nothing is allowed. But other operations such as finding a differences between two sets, it's all same as a set. Finding symmetric difference, intersection, union, everything same as a set. Yeah, that's what we have seen in last class. If anybody has any doubts, I'll be happy to answer. Otherwise, we can start with the next one. S-
Nothing. Nothing.
Okay, cool. So the last one in the data structure and very important one is the dictionary. So dictionary is a key value pair data structure. So far what we have seen only one item inside a list, inside a tuple, inside a set, right? So dictionary is something it has a key value pair. So for one entry it should contain one key, one value. And it is also a ordered collection of data. The way we are adding the items, the same order is maintained. Note that this order is maintained only from 3.7 and above versions of Python. Before 3.7, it was not guaranteed that order is maintained. It is also mutable, which means you can update, add, delete, all are allowed. And finally, no duplicates. So now let's see how we create a dictionary. Okay, now let's say I'm just creating something called shopping. How do we create a dictionary using the curly brace? So now you make it a doubt. Okay, we are already using a curly brace for set. Then how can we create dictionary using the curly brace? Let's see. Uh, we have to give a key. Let's say I'm giving vegetables, right? Or I'm just giving vegetable. I should give a code. Then I should give a value. This is the key value page which we should give. Before this colon, it should be a key. After the colon, it should be a value. This is key pair, what we meant here. Like that, you can have different items in a dictionary with a comma separate. This remains same. Okay. I'm just keeping one more as fruit. I'm keeping it as apple. So this is one item with key as vegetable, onion as value. Next one, key as fruit, value as apple. So like that, you can keep any number of items. You can, uh, let's say, pulses something. I'll just keep dal. So like this, you can keep any number of, and every item should have a key and value pair. So now, though we are using the same curly brace what we used for set, how Python is able to recognize because of the way we are giving the data inside. We are giving in the form of key and value. That is how Python will recognize, okay, this is a dictionary, not a set. So let's print shopping, also data type. See what we get. You see, it is a dictionary, DICT, and this is a value we got. Vegetable, fruit, and pulse. See, the same order is maintained in whichever way we gave. And another way which we have seen, right? The constructor way. Let me keep here. Same, let's say shopping. So how do we use the constructor? It is little different in dictionary. You have to give DICT, same. But here, how do you give? You have to give the key without quotes equal to, then you should give the value, comma. So in the constructor, this is the key and value. First one is key, after equal to, this is the value, one item. The same way, you can use fruit and then apple. Then you can use pulse equal to the. The only difference you see here, we are not giving without quotes because this is a key that is used for the constructor. Remaining same, how we were giving the values. See, I'm just giving a
But
space. If I'm just giving a space, sorry,
we are
Srikant.
using equal to, right? We are using
You
equal.
are using equal to here. That's correct. And I'm just giving a space. It's not a required thing, but it is the standard we use in the Python world. Always spaces. If you see small warning, it was showing, right? That will go away. If we give the space. It is also saying the spelling mistake. See, our editor. So I can just correct the name also. This way, we can define a dictionary using a constructor also. Let me just print this. You see the same thing, we no difference. That is how we create a dictionary. And there are few ways which will be really useful to create a dictionaries. Okay, let me show you that. Suppose,
శరత్ సింగిల్ కోట్లో ఇవ్వలేమా మనం?
same. See, inside items, it's all same. Whether you are giving single quote, double quote, it's a string I am giving. This is a string key. This is string value. So single quote, double quote, it's all same. ఇవ్వచ్చు.
ఇవ్వచ్చు. ఓకే.
So in that sense, like ఇప్పుడు vegetable అనేది key, ఇది value కదా. So
Hmm.
we can call the key and print the value. Is that
Yes,
will work?
that comes in the read. How do we read items?
Okay.
But before
Like
that,
it's like
yeah,
defining the variables, I guess.
that's correct.
Declaring the variables. Yeah.
Correct. So there is another way. Let's say you have a list of keys with you. You want to create them as a dictionary with some default value, with one value. Okay. Uh, Let me have dictionary keys. Let's say in a tuple. I'm just keeping ABC for now. These are the keys. Okay. And if you want to create a dictionary with A as one key, B as one key, C as one key, but with some default value. Let's say you are maybe going to calculate some values, okay, and you want to start with a zero. Imagine, or you can maybe think this way. Okay, maths, uh, science, whatever. Let's say these are subjects, and you just want to find out the sum of the different exam scores, and you just want to start with a zero first, then start adding the value to the zero. Now how do we create a dictionary with these separate values as a key with a default value 0, right? Now subjects, let's say this is a dictionary we are creating. DICT, this is a inbuilt function we use. Dot from keys, then we should give the keys object, that is D hyphen.
Before,
Sorry.
sorry, before going to it.
Yeah.
So the one you define each keys, right?
Yeah.
I think it is like tuple only, right?
It's a tuple. Correct. Like multiple keys you have in a tuple in a list wherever, and you want to create a dictionary with each value as a key and with some default value. So here default
I mean,
value I'm giving as 0. So
anything I can choose, right? I can choose list also,
anything
right?
you can choose anything. I can keep 1000
Okay.
also.
No. I'm saying like the D keys value you mentioned, like
Anything you can give anything.
yeah. Okay.
I'm just trying to make a real time example where why you want to create a dictionary with multiple keys and same value.
Hmm. I mean, like I thought only tuple you need to use instead of list or anything.
No, any sequence type like this.
Mm.
Um, I think set also may be allowed that I never tried.
Okay. Got
So let's print now. You see, we got a new dictionary with each item here as a key, then default value as 0. Okay, that is another way of creating it.
శరత్ ఒకసారి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయవా నాకు
Okay,
అనదర్ వే అర్థం కాలేదు.
so here, let's say you have a list of keys with you. You want to have a
ఇప్పుడు
dictionary.
D_keys అని ఉంది కదా, అది రియల్ టైంలో అలాగే డిఫైన్ చేస్తారా
Maybe
నేమింగ్ కన్వెన్షన్?
subjects అనొచ్చు. This
అలా
is
కాదు, D_keys అని అన్నావు కదా.
see, in any programming language, right? We go with meaningful variable name. Between each word there will be underscore.
ఓకే.
Okay, that's how we define real time. So
ఓకే.
basically here it will be subjects, or they may also say subjects list.
ఓకే.
Then maybe it will say subjects and subjects marks. Yeah, this is more meaningful, right? This way they will define. We should always go by meaningful variable name. Yeah,
అంటే ఈ DICT డాట్ ఫ్రమ్ కీస్ అనేది
is a method. This is a Python method.
మెథడా? ఓకే. ఓకే.
DACT from keys.
ఓకే. బట్
Subjects.
ఇది ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా ఒకసారి రియల్ టైంలో ఎలాగా ఉపయోగపడుతుంది ఇది?
అది ఇప్పుడు
I
ఏదైనా
think
సపోజ్
instead of writing, let's say if you want to write enter marks maths, enter marks science, enter marks English and write we can like assign like all three together, I guess, right? Loop లో ఇచ్చేసామంటే it will give the subject name. Can we do that, right? Sarah?
అవును. సో బేసికల్గా ఇప్పుడు ఇలా డిఫైన్ చేయాలంటే మ్యాథ్స్ 0, సైన్స్ 0, ఇంగ్లీష్
Mm.
0 అలా కన్వర్ట్ చేయాలి కదా. ఇప్పుడు సపోజ్ మన దగ్గర ఓన్లీ టపుల్ ఉంది. ఓకే,
Mm.
ఈ టపుల్ నుంచి నేను ఒక డిక్షనరీ క్రియేట్ చేయాలంటే విత్ 0 డిఫాల్ట్ వాల్యూ, I have to loop through the tuple, take each item, then add to my dictionary, right? If there are 1000 items in my tuple, I have to loop through 1000 times, right? So instead of that, whatever loops we need to write, this method will does all the work for us.
But here you are already defining with zero value. Let's say if you want to assign each subject each
Different
different
value.
value.
Different value? No,
Uh,
this is not helpful. This is helpful
uh,
only when you want to assign one value to all the keys. This is
okay,
very rare, but sometimes useful in real time. Very rare.
okay.
అంటే డిక్షనరీస్ యూజ్ చేయడం రేర్ అంటున్నారా?
No. కాదు. ఫ్రమ్ కీస్ డిక్షనరీ అనేది లేకుండా ఏం పని జరగదు. అంత అంత
అచ్చా
వాడతారు
అచ్చా.
డిక్షనరీ.
ఓకే.
డిక్షనరీ
అంటే మనకి ఫీల్డ్స్ కానీ ఈ ఈ కాలమ్స్ కానీ కాలమ్ వాల్యూస్ కానీ ఇవన్నీ కూడా, అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ సపోజ్ మనం డేటాబేస్ తీసుకుంటే సీక్వెల్ డేటాబేస్, సో సో
ఒక
డిక్షనరీ కింద వాడుకోవచ్చు.
కాలం అనేది ఒక కీగా కన్సిడర్ చేస్తే ఆ కాలం
ఓకే.
సంబంధించిన వాల్యూస్ ఒక లిస్ట్ లాగా వస్తాయి.
ఓకే. ఓకే.
తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకొక కాలము దాని వాల్యూస్ ఇంకొక లిస్ట్ లాగా వస్తుంది ఇక్కడ
ఓకే.
అట్లా. నెక్స్ట్ డేటా స్ట్రక్చర్స్ లో బాగా అర్థమవుతుంది అంటే ఎలా
సరే,
ఉపయోగపడుతుంది
సరే.
అనేది.
హ్మ్.
నెక్స్ట్ ఓకే, హౌ డు వి రీడ్ ఐటమ్స్? ఓకే, బిఫోర్ we go to read, if I assign a duplicate value, what will happen? Let's try that once. I'm giving one more key again. Let's say I'm giving orange. So our ID itself is throwing this error, you see, dictionary contain duplicate keys. But let's see what will happen. This was one of the interview question to me. He has given this statement and asked me, okay, what will happen now?
ఎన్ని ఇయర్స్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ అప్పుడు?
uh, 1 year, మేబీ 1 year పైథాన్లో.
అచ్చా.
1 year అనుకుంటున్నా. విప్రోలు అడిగారు ఇది.
ఏమడిగారు
ఇట్లా if I'm giving same key multiple times and defining a dictionary, what will happen?
సేమ్ కీ. ఓకే.
I said it will throw error.
ఓకే.
I said it will throw error, but it will not throw error. What it does, the latest value it will keep. It will replace the old one. If we have something with the same key, it will replace the old one. That is why you see, here I did not print this. Yeah, you see now, fruit orange. That is the last one, latest one. Sets lo kuda same. It will replace. Okay. Now let's go. How do we read items? So if you want to find value of a key, so how we were giving index, right, with the square braces, the same way here there is no index concept. It's all key value pair, right? So you should give a key here. If you give key, you will get the value. Let me not print twice. You see here what we got? Onion, because that is the value for our key vegetable. The same way you can do it for other keys also. That is how we read an item. So here there is no slicing concept what we have seen. I think there is. Let me try. Vegetable. I have not seen this in real time, but let me try if it works. I think it should work. No, unhashable type slice. Okay, the slicing is not allowed. It's only one key you can give, and that will return that particular value.
వాల్యూ ఇస్తే కీ వస్తుందా?
No, rather. So this is like our textbook, right? Where you will have index. Page 1, this is there. Page 2, this
Yeah,
is there. So if you give 3, you will directly go to 3 and get the value, right? But if you give the value, you can't get the 3 easily. We have to do a scanning. We have to go through. And let's say I am trying to get some key which is not there. Let's say what? Okay, I'm just trying something which is not there in the dictionary. We get key error. It say I am not able to find this key in the dictionary. When it fails, right, your program will stop. It won't continue. In such cases, we have a method called .get. Right? The .get is the powerful method which we use in real time more. What it does, return if exist, return value if exist, else default value. Let's see what we get the default value. You see, default value is none because soap is not there. If you keep fruit here, no, Let's say I'm keeping second one. Fruit is present. If you see, we got apple because fruit is present, but soap is not present. That is why we got none. The default value, right? That is the next parameter here. By default, it is none. Even if you don't give, it is always none like this. But in real time, what we do, we keep something else here. Okay. Let's say I want to keep 0. That's my default value. Right? When key is not present, we get that 0. You see here, we got 0. Here, since value is present, we got apple. That is the help with this get method. If you try to find using this method, your program will fail, right? But if you try to find with get method, right, your program will not fail. And how do you check whether you are getting value, right? Let's say instead of assigning this, uh, let's say so value, I'm just giving this variable assigning to soap. Okay, here now you can check if soap value is not equal to 0. 0 is a default value, right? When soap has some value, then it will not be 0. That is how I can put a check here. Okay, my soap, if it is not equal to 0, okay, then you can say we are good with soap. Else you can handle your program whatever way you want. You want to return back some message and whatever you want to do. This is how it will help. See, it is 0, right? That is why we did not get any print here. It should be other way around. If it is not equal to 0, 0 is not equal to 0, that is false, right? That is why we did not get this message. Let's say if I apply the same thing here for fruit, uh, I have to assign, right? Let's say f value, just assigning, then I check the f value. Okay, we are good with fruits. You see, we got the message, we are good with the fruits because fruit is present. Or you can also say fruit is present in the dictionary. Like that, we handle the code in real time using this get method. This is very important. Not only 0 string, you can do anything. You can give empty list like this. You can give empty tuple, anything you want, you can give. Okay. Next, how do we add item? Let's say now we don't have soap, right? In our dictionary, let's add. So how do we get this? Sorry, shopping using the key only we get, right? SOAP. So for that key, we want to assign some value. That's all. The key to which you want to assign any value. This is how we add a new item. Let's comment this part. You see, we had this dictionary before and we added soap. That's how we add. Update is also same. There is no change at all. If it basically it is the same thing which works for both. Let's say fruit, you are changing it to orange. Same thing will work for both. If it is not present, add it as a new key. If it is present, update the existing value. That's what it does. You see here, the fruit was there, so it is updated to orange. Your soap was not there, so it is added at the end. Same way. And there is something called read or update, both happens, either of the one. How? Okay, assume you are trying to fetch one key from the dictionary, let's say soap only. Your requirement, if it is there, you give me that value. If it is not there, you create one with whatever value I am giving, right? So let me show this, then you'll understand better. Dot set default, that is a method where you give the key. Let's say I'm giving SOAP. If it is present, you give me that value. If it is not present, you assign that with this value. Repeating again, if this key is present, you give me the value what this key is having. If the key is not present, you assign a new key with this value. That is what set default does. Okay. So when we print, right, we have already soap. So we should ideally get Santur now as a output. You see, we got Santur as output. If it is not present, let's say some new thing I'm assigning. Let's say I'm keeping as soap 2. Let me execute. Here, what happened? Soap 2 was not there. So it created soap 2 with a dove value and the same dove was returned. That is how we got the dove here. And if you check our actual dictionary, right, the soap 2 is added. That is the beauty of this set default method. In one liner, if it is there, give the value. If it is not there, assign that with whatever value I am giving. And where this is useful in real time, right? Uh, you are, maybe creating a new dictionary, with like subject marks, right, in the form of list. So you first check if it is already there, take that value, use that value, start adding the marks. If it is not there, you start with 0, the same way how we have seen from marks, right? So such cases this set default is used. This is used somewhat 20 to 30%, not much in real time. See, without this also you can do, but some people use this when they think, okay, I can just make use of set default. I will try to cover this in the, one case study I'm planning after file processing. But you are clear with set default, right? How it works.
Yeah, clear.
Okay. Sure.
బట్ అదర్ వేస్‌లో అంటే ఎట్లాగా?
Other
సెట్ డిఫాల్ట్.
ways, you can just check, right, whether soap is present
ఇఫ్
in the
కండిషన్.
if condition, right?
ఓకే.
The same way. So now, how do you delete item? We have items, but how do you delete? Same shopping dot same pop method. You have to give the key SOIP2. This we have seen, right? Again, pop does two things, right? It will return the deleted value and it will also delete from the actual dictionary. The same thing here also it happens. So first it is returning, that is dove, then it is deleting from the dictionary. That is what it does. Let me comment this too to avoid confusion. We can other way, like we have seen before, right? But there is one more, pop item. This will delete the last one because it is ordered, right? Last item. shopping, save, see, the last one is gone, which was soap, right? That was deleted using the pop item. Deletes. We can also delete using del method that we have seen, right? But you have to provide which key you want to delete. Let's say I want to delete pulse. If you check this, you see the pulse was gone because we deleted using del method. Next, if you want to clear all your dictionary items, right, you can do shopping dot clear. This is same for all. This will be deleting everything. If you print, you will get nothing. Yeah, see empty dictionary. For empty set, you will never see like this. It will show set off. For empty dictionary only, it use the empty curly braces. Yeah, so this reminds me. Let's say I'm defining same. Okay, shop. Shop. Okay, I want to define empty like this, empty dictionary. So now how do Python know whether I'm defining a dictionary or set here, right? So Python takes this as a dictionary. If you want to define a empty set, right, you have to use only constructor because same curly brace used for both, right? And if you are not giving any value inside, Python cannot recognize whether this is a set or dictionary. So if you give empty one, it's a dictionary. You may get this in interviews also. Empty dictionary, not a set. If you want to copy, that we have seen, right? Um, shopping copy, same way, shopping dot copi method. It will create a new copy and place it in a new memory location. So even if you change something in the shopping, the shop copy will not be affected. Yeah, it was cleared, right?
Sure,
Nothing.
question.
Yeah, please.
డెల్ మెథడ్ వాడినప్పుడు
Hmm.
ఆ, ఈ బ్రాకెట్స్ ఎందుకు సపరేట్ డిఫరెంట్గా వాడినాం పారెంథసిస్ కాకుండా?
సేమే కదా, సేమ్ ఇలాగే లిస్ట్ లో
ఇది-
వాడాము, ఇలాగే టప్పులో వాడలేము కదా
ఆ,
సెట్లో.
ఇక్కడ కూడా ఈవెన్ దీంట్లో కూడా ఇప్పుడు డిక్షనరీలో తీసుకుంటే మనం ఎక్కడ వాడలేదు ఇది.
ఇది
ఆ,
డిఎల్.
అది అచ్చా, కొత్త యాడ్ చేసినప్పుడు అందులో యూజ్ చేస్తాను.
ఇది యాక్చువల్గా ఇప్పుడు నాన్ డిక్షనరీ డేటా స్ట్రక్చర్ కి ఇండెక్సింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ స్క్వేర్ బ్రేసెస్ కదా. ఫర్ డిక్షనరీ ఇట్ ఈస్ కీ వాల్యూ పేర్ కాబట్టి ఇండెక్సింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఉండదు, ఓన్లీ కీ వాల్యూ పేర్ కాన్సెప్ట్. సో ఇన్సెట్ బ్రేసెస్ మనం ఎప్పుడు కీనే ఇవ్వాలి.
ఓకే ఓకే
సో మనం ఈ కీ డిలీట్ చేయాలి కాబట్టి డిఈఎల్ లో కూడా ఇదే ఇవ్వాలి.
ఓకే ఓకే వాల్యూ వేయట్లేదు, జస్ట్ కీ ప్రిఫర్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి.
ఎస్, ఆ కీ
ఓకే
ఆ వాల్యూ రెండు డిలీట్ అయిపోతాయి.
ఓకే. సో ఈవెన్ ప్రింట్ చేసినప్పుడు కూడా కీతో కీతో ప్రింట్ చేసినప్పుడు కూడా ఈ ఈ బ్రాకెట్స్ యూజ్
అవును
చేస్తున్నాం కదా.
అవును 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 కరెక్ట్. రీడ్ ఐటమ్, ఇక్కడ రీడ్ ఐటమ్, రీడ్ ఐటమ్ ఇక్కడ ఉంది కదా.
ఓకే ఓకే
రీడ్ ఐటమ్ మనం చూడలేదా, చూసాం కదా, ఇది ఇక్కడ ఇలాగ స్క్వేర్ బ్రేసెస్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, సేమ్.
ఓకే
సో ఇది కాపీ, ఇది న్యూ కాపీ. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు క్రియేట్, జస్ట్ యూస్ డాట్ కాపీ మెథడ్. If you change something in the original one, let's say I'm just deleting the last one whatever we have, and if you print this, not pop, it is pop item, this will not be affected. That we have seen yesterday, same thing. You see we had this was the dictionary original one, we took the copy, then we deleted a last item from shopping, that was soap. However, that is not deleted from shop copy because it is a separate copy stored in a different memory location. And here also you can do the membership operator. If you can check if the key is present in dictionary or not. Fruit in shopping. Same way you can also check not in. Let's say vegetable. It will return either true or false. You see, true or false how it has written.
ఈ డాట్ కాపీ మనకు సెట్ టపుల్లో కూడా సేమ్ కదా
Same.
మెథడ్.
అన్నిట్లో same. Okay. Next, let's say if you want to get all keys from the dictionary, you can just put sharp dot keys. It will return you all the keys, only keys. You see, it has come as dict keys, only keys. The same way, if you want to pull all values, then you can use values method. It gets you all the values what we have. Once we get values or keys like this, you can convert this to list, tuple, and whatever you want, because it is single item collection, right? Single item collection. And there is a way to fetch key value items. Let me show you how we get that. Shopping dot items. You see here it comes as a list of tuples. So each tuple contains two things. You see here each tuple key value, each tuple key value, each tuple key value. And you can convert this to list, and whatever you want you can do with this data. Sometimes this is very useful, especially in for looping, right? If you want to loop through all the items in a dictionary, you have to use this method. Then only you will be getting both key and value from each iteration. We will see in the loops how we use this items method. Yeah, and finally using delete method, we'll delete the complete dictionary. Del, let's say shopping, right? If you try to access it, you will get the error. Yeah, name shopping is not defined because it is deleted. So that's about the dictionary methods what we have. Okay, so let me just comment everything. Anyone has any doubts anywhere? Otherwise, we'll go to data type conversion. How do we convert from one to other? Okay, let's see. Data structures conversion. Let's say we have same, right? Vegetables in a list, right? And tomato, chili, right? So if you want to convert this as a tuple, right? So what you can do, let's say I'm just keeping this. We have to use the constructors to pull off vegetables using constructors. That is how we can convert. So now let me print veg and also type of veg. You see, when we converted to tuple, we got the open braces and the type is also tuple. This is how we can convert. The same thing, if you want to convert to set, right? What we have to do, we have to use the set constructor, set. That's all. And let me keep here one duplicate value. Let's say I have tomato again, right? So in the list we have duplicate, but when we convert it to set, the duplicate should be eliminated. Let's see now. You see, this is a set we got, and tomato was twice and it is eliminated. It is as simple as that if you want to eliminate duplicates. And once it is set, right, you can again convert it back to list using the list constructor. You just pass the wedge, right? So if you print now vegetable, right, you will see the duplicate is gone. Yeah, you see here only one we have, one tomato, but here originally we had two, and it is a list. This is how you can eliminate duplicates from a set. This can be an interview question. How do you remove duplicates from a list? So simple answer, convert it to set and convert it back to list. The chained operation, right? I was telling you can do multiple operation. So instead of doing set separately, again converting to list separately, you can do in a single line like this. So what we are doing here, first we are converting to set, then we are converting again back to list. So with a single line, you can remove all the duplicates from the list. The chaining is allowed. And what else we have? Set. Frozen set also same thing. You can convert it to frozen set. Frozen set. Which is not defined. Sorry, I should take other way around. Which you see we got the frozen set with the same values. Here also if you have duplicates, right? As you can see here, tomato was there twice, but we got only one because frozen set does not allow the duplicates. So from the list, if you want to create a dictionary, right, the from keys method we should use. Even this can be an interview question. How do you create a dictionary from a list? The answer should be the list has only uh, single collection of data, but wherein dictionary has key and value. So we need a value for all these keys in a list to create a dictionary. We can actually create using from keys with a default value. So that we can tell, right? From vegetables, we can keep a default value like this. It's not possible, right, to create because we don't have values. It's only keys. But this way, if you want, we can create a dictionary. You see, we got everything.
Sorry, sir. What was the interview question? Like they will ask
Convert a list to dictionary.
list to dictionary, but dictionary should will have key value, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Logically,
Okay.
dictionary should have two things, key and value,
Mm.
wherein our list is giving only one. So it's
Mm.
I need to have a value also to create a dictionary. Using from keys method, I can create a dictionary with some default value.
So what if we wanted to use the random values or some dynamic values?
He has to, suppose somebody is asking you to create a dictionary using this list, right? The
So
our
assume that one more list given with the same equivalent, just values, how to insert,
okay,
how to map.
one more list, right?
Hmm.
Then you need to have mm, okay. If I can tell you now, but let me show you. Let's say we have two, three, four. Let's say we have like this. Okay. There is a method called GIP, GIP. What GIP does, right? It takes one item from each list we are giving, make that as a one tuple. Let me show you the output, then you will understand it better. Okay, to convert to show you the chip output, I have to again convert it back to list. vegetables. Okay, it is here. One braces was missing. Hmm. You see here now, zip, what zip does, it take one item from here and one item from next list, that it creates as a tuple. Same way it does with the remaining items. You saw how the dictionary items written, right? This also written in the same way as this, right?
Mm.
Once you have the data like this, right? It's very easy. You just have to pass that to our dict constructor. Okay, what should I do?
Just give
Wedge
some
value.
uneven numbers.
Yeah, one. What you want me to give?
Give it some extra number in the values.
One more extra number. Then you cannot do it, right? Because
Correct. No, it shouldn't be.
huh,
I mean, whether it ignores this last number or it
no,
should
no,
throw
should
X.
it will fail. Let me execute. What happened? Okay, let me see what happens. Wedge values. It ignored.
Mm.
Just ignored. Okay, now how do we convert this to a dictionary, right? That was the question. You just have to pass, let's say this is what new variable. Dict is the constructor, and you just have to use this wedge values. So you don't need to use like after converting to list like this, you can actually use this zip. This zip object also will help. To display, I have to convert it to list, but while creating a dictionary, you don't need to convert it to list. You can directly use the zip object. Now if we print new wedge, right? You see, what is that? Onion, tomato, chili. Because tomato is twice, right? First time with 3, second time with 5. So only the latest one will be there. That is why we can use two different lists using the zip method and convert it to dictionary. So this zip is like a sorted built-in function. So I will be explaining about those so many built-in functions we have, how they will be useful. But for now, you can just understand the zip.
Okay.
Yeah. Data structures conversion. Yeah, that's how do you convert? It's using the constructor. That's a simple thing. All the constructors we have seen, right? List of, tuple of, set of, dictionary of. That's how we can do. And nested data structures, which I wanted to tell, but I think time is not sufficient. I'll cover that tomorrow, but one small topic I'll finish and then we'll close. Sequence types in Python. This is also an interview question. So what sequence type we have seen? List. Sequence type means where indexing is allowed. Tuple. We have also seen string, right? Even
Set
string, sorry.
9.
Okay, string is also allows the indexing. And there is one more called range object. Okay, let me show you what is range object. This is again a built-in function, range of. You can start and stop. You want to start from some value. Okay, let's say 0 to 9. Let me print. I should convert it to list to see the values. You see what we got? From 0, the range object starts. The same concept, start index, end index. It is starting from 0, going through 9, but 9 is not included, right? The range will actually give the sequence numbers like this. You can give any number. You can give 10,000, 1 lakh, whatever number it will return. Starting number you can change. Let's say I am starting from 100,000 and I am giving to, let's say, 1020. It start from 1000 and it gives only till 1019 because the end one is not included, right? And as we know, right, if you ignore the starting one, by default it start from 0. So let's say I'm just giving range of 10, right? If we print, it gives 0 to 9 because 0 is starting number and it comes till 9, but 10 is not included. So basically, if you observe, right, there are 10 numbers inside this. So range of single value give that many items. Let's say if we want to run your loop for 100 times, right, you can use range of 100. So in loops, the range will be very useful if you want to loop for certain number of times, 10 times, 50 times, 100 times. And the same way, right, what we have seen, me 0 comma 10, this is without, and I am starting from 0 10. Remember the step size we used in slicing, the same we can use here also. So if we use, see, started from 0, then went to 2, then went to 4, then went to 6, then went to 8. Same thing, negative numbers are allowed. Okay, so starting from minus 10, you're going till 0, and you don't want to include this, right? Execute minus 10, minus 9 till minus 1. Same thing. How we have seen in list slicing, it's all the same way. Okay, I think we are good for today as